What is up, my dudes? What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I still don't really have an introduction for this. I should become a hand model, not really, because my hands are kind of gross. Oh my god, it's really hot outside, but that's besides the point. Today we're gonna look over all of my my homework or projects that I did in the past year. I attended my first year at an art university school thingy type of, and it was very interesting. I think I learned a lot. The degree I'm aiming for now is illustration. I just got my second illustration associates with the credits that I got from my other degree, and now I'm gonna go for my bachelor's next fall. So I am excited to show you these projects that I've done the past year. So let's get started. So for my first class, I think it was called illustration process, not really sure, but for this project we had to recreate Alice in Wonderland, but like in a modern, I don't actually know, was it modern? We had to pick a scene. So what I chose from the book was when she was going through the forest, and it's like very different from like the original book, but it was, I don't know what I had going on for. I did a lot of thumbnails, and I ended up liking the thumbnail for this one, and we had to focus on value rather than like color, because when you go into color it's kind of hard to figure out your values. So that's what we did for this, and I had a lot of fun. I kind of on the leaves last minute because my professor was like during our critique, he was like, you should try like making the leaves more detailed, but then I rushed last minute, so they came out really thick, and I was like, wow, ruined this in a second. But it's whatever. Overall, I think I liked it at the end. Yeah. For this project, we had to create a poster for the New York Academy of Medicine library. This wasn't my favorite project. I spent a long time doing the words, and it was just a process. This was watercolor. Me being the ambitious person I was, I'm like, I'm gonna try my hardest and use the masking fluid stuff, and I knocked over the whole bottle on the project. And then I let it dry, peeled it off, never touched it again. I was like, it took me over an hour to like cover all the books, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do everything by hand. I cannot do this. I ruined my favorite pair of pants. But for this, I wanted to show like how it had like anatomy books or whatever, because it had a lot of like of Albert Dürer books. I'm not sure if it was like I'm pretty sure it was the original books. So yeah, I don't hate it, but I also don't like it. And yeah, that's that. For this project, we had to do a Broadway poster. I chose to do a Latin, and this was my first time using acrylic as like a kind of like an illustration process type of thing, and I don't hate it, but I also don't like it. I could have tried harder on this, but I think because it was such a small time period for the project, I had such limited time. But it turned out okay at the end. It wasn't exactly what I envisioned, but maybe I'll go back in the future and like spice it up or something. I don't know. I don't remember what this class was called, to be honest. The first project was to make a poster for traveling poster for a place where it isn't popular. So I just like googled whatever places, and Ottawa, Canada popped up, and it kind of looks cool. There's like castles and stuff. But yeah, so I decided to do that. I did this in Procreate. This was cute. It's over it. I'm over it. So for this project, you had to draw someone who inspired you, right? Okay, listen. BTS is honestly an inspiration to me for my art and for my life, I guess. Especially with the past albums they have been doing, like Love Yourself and Speak Yourself. it really touched my heart. So I wanted to draw a member of BTS. I wasn't gonna draw all of BTS because that was way too much work. I already had a lot of projects going on this semester. I had a lot of fun doing it. We had a choice of doing traditionally or digitally. I decided to do digitally because I did not have enough time to do it traditionally. But I had a lot of fun doing it. I also did this in Procreate. What is that? Yeah, I made some glitter going on for Suga. I made Noongi. And I really like the texture of how I did this. I don't remember how I did this, to be honest, because it was a school project and I really wanted to try my best to make him look like Suga. I took quite some time. I don't know how much, but it was longer than I usually paint. So yeah, I really had a lot of fun doing this. I hate acrylic with a burning passion. For this class, we had to recreate this photo or recreate any animal photo of your choosing. I chose a cat because I was like, it's cute, it's whatever, I'll enjoy it. Hated by week 2, I hated it. Not the drawing, the painting itself, but I just hated the process. I hate acrylic. It dries too fast. It's hard to blend in some ways, but at the end, it does. Clearly, I'm not an acrylic expert. I do not like painting unless it's gouache or watercolor, but it did turn out okay. I think I got like an A- in this, but you know, I honestly couldn't care. By the end of it, I was just like, I'm over this, I'm over this. We did do a second project in this class. This is my painting 2 class, and my professor never gave me back that painting. It was a frog. I don't have a picture of it, so I'll probably never see it again. So I had a digital class for my last class of the semester, or the first semester. So this is that. For my first project, I had to do a Google Doodle thing, and I got to choose the theme of our choice. So I chose Lunar New Year, and it was the year of the rat for 2020. So I decided to like maneuver my way, made thumbnails, a lot of them, and by the end of it, I incorporated a lot for each thumbnail and just mashed it into one, and this was born. I really liked it at the end. It was a lot of fun to do. For my second project, we had to do like a Christmas card animatic, but I wanted to do like kind of like an animation, but not too intense. So I decided to do BT21 because I would at least enjoy doing it, because I do not enjoy animation. Let me tell you, it is a lot of work. I once wanted to be an animator, don't want to do it anymore. So by the end of it, it was like a lot of work. I incorporated a lot of things, a lot of movement within this, and overall I liked it at the end, kind of. I don't know what I was doing with the chimney at moving, but you know, it's whatever. I had a lot of fun. This was the start of my second semester. For this project in this class, I think it was illustration process too, we had to create a checkerboard area thing and just draw like a bunch of people. I never draw this many people in a composition, so it was interesting. My idea for the project was to make like a kind of like a big giant going on over here, and he's like dreaming, so this is like his dreamland, just a random people. I don't know if he's like in a park or something. And yeah, it was an interesting project. And yeah, this is for the same class. Clearly my professor loved brown boards for some reason. For this one, we had to recreate Gulliver's Travels book, but instead it had to be like modern day Gulliver's Travel. So I decided to do the city. I believe this is Washington Square Park. So I did like the arc thing that was going on here, and the buildings that are usually always behind it. And yeah, it was just the modern day people like helping him move. This is a hobo. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like, let's make this guy a hobo, put a newspaper over him, and bam. Yeah, it was interesting. I never draw buildings or like very architectural type of things, because I never really liked drawing buildings. It was interesting, I liked it. But yeah. Oh, I ran out of brown paper, so a brown board, so I had to turn around my board and just work over it. For this project, I had to make a book illustration, not a book illustration, but like kind of abstract book illustration of like, I don't know, just incorporating books in it. So I just decided to do like the cliche, like, oh, the book is coming to life, woo! And yeah, for this class, we had to create a composition and paint those compositions 3 times, but in different tones: warm, cool, and natural. So I decided to create a piece of like just people in New York train. This was the natural painting. It was very interesting. I did not like it. First time working with gouache in such a high manner of like background and like many people. So it was a process. The second time I did it, you could really tell that it was more of a warm tone. But I think I like the warm one the most, especially with the facial features. And then the last one was the cool painting, which I didn't like, but my professor said that I think it was the best one that I had done, and I was like, yeah, I'll go with that statement. I don't agree with you, but I'll go with it. It really helped me think about colors and how to mix them. At the end, I really like this project.
Editor Karen is back in action. I had one digital class for the semester, so this was that. I had to create a split complementary piece, so I decided to do red and green. Why? I don't know, it just happened. I like doing warm tone drawings. If you follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of warm. I don't like doing cold pieces. But yeah, I had to do a tonal sketch at first, and then I went on to the color, and yeah, it turned out good.
And the holy grail, it's not the holy grail, but if you watched my past video, my past vlog, I worked so much on this piece. The drawing process was such a hassle. I had to keep like maneuvering things, moving the composition, the people, changing the size of like the background, and oh my god, it was so overwhelming. But I liked how it turned out at the end. It could have been better, but you know, I had a very small amount of time, and I'm surprised that I did this much in such a tiny bit of time. This might have been my favorite piece that I've done in the semester, because I got to work with one of my favorite mediums at the moment, which is gouache, and then also I got to use my style, which I don't really have a style yet in my opinion, but I would like to say drawing Asian boys is my style, or like Korean. I draw a lot of K-pop, let's be honest, but yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. That marks the end of my first year at university. It was a very stressful semester, but at the end, I'm glad I pulled through and finished everything to the end.
I apologize for the audio of this. I used my camera for most of it, and then just a voiceover for the digital pieces. But if you stayed for this long, you should totally like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, bye!